Every 30 days, a silent thief enters your bank account. You don't see them break in, and you don't call the police because you've been told this is just the way life is. That thief is your rent check. Look at that piece of paper. That's $2,000, $3,000, maybe $4,000 of your life force, your overtime hours, and your missed weekends being handed over to build someone else's empire. While you're worrying about whether the landlord will fix the leaky faucet, they're sitting on a beach watching the equity you paid for grow. You aren't just paying for a roof. You're paying for your landlord's retirement, their kids' college fund, and their next investment property. You are literally robbing your future self to keep a stranger comfortable. But what if I told you the American dream isn't dead? What if I told you that in exactly 180 days from today, you could be turning a key into a door that you own? No more permission to paint the walls. No more fear of a 10% rent hike. Today, we break the cycle. I'm Dishku, and this is how you stop being a tenant and start being an owner. Part 2. The Math of Betrayal. Why Renting is a Sinkhole. Let's get real for a second. The most common lie people tell themselves is, I'm renting because I'm saving money. Is that true? Let's look at the math. In the U.S., the average rent increases by about 3 to 5% every single year. If you pay $2,500 a month today, in 10 years, you'll likely be paying over $3,300. That's $300,000 spent over a decade with $0 in return. You have a stack of receipts and a landlord who might decide to sell the house out from under you next week. Now look at home ownership. When you get a fixed-rate mortgage, your rent, the principal and interest, is locked in. While inflation makes everything else more expensive, your housing cost stays the same. But here is the magic: equity. Every time you make a mortgage payment, you are essentially moving money from your left pocket, cash, to your right pocket, home equity. You're paying yourself. Plus, in the U.S., real estate has historically appreciated. You aren't just saving, you're multiplying. Think about Maria. Maria is a nurse in New York. For 5 years, she paid $2,800 for a cramped one-bedroom in Queens. She felt safe because she didn't have to pay for repairs. But then her landlord raised the rent by $400 in a single year. She realized she was trapped. She was working 60 hours a week just to fund a building she would never own. The emotional toll of renting is the worst part. It's the temporary feeling. You don't hang the heavy pictures because you don't want to patch the holes. You don't buy the nice furniture because who knows if it fits the next place. You're living a temporary life. Stop thinking of a house as a debt. A mortgage is a forced savings account that you happen to live inside of. The market doesn't care if you're ready. The market only rewards those who participate. If you stay on the sidelines, the gap between you and the owner class gets wider every year. It's time to cross that line. Part 3. The 180-Day Blueprint, Months 1 to 3. You might be thinking, Dishku, I don't have $100,000 for a down payment. Here is the secret. Most first-time buyers in the U.S. don't. You can get in for 3.5% or even 0% down with the right programs. But you need a plan. Month 1. The Financial Audit. Open an app like Mint or Rocket Money. I want you to look at your fluff. The $15 streaming services you don't watch, the daily $7 lattes, the Uber Eats habit. We aren't cutting these forever. We're cutting them for 6 months to build your war chest. This month, you also pull your credit report. You can't win a game if you don't know the score. Month 2. The Credit Surge. In the U.S., your credit score is your passport to wealth. If you're in the 500s or 600s, don't panic. Start paying down credit card balances to under 30% utilization. Don't open new cards. Don't buy a new car. I've seen people lose their dream home because they bought a Tesla 2 weeks before closing. Stay boring. This month, you also build your starter emergency fund. You need at least $2,000 tucked away so a flat tire doesn't derail your home buying dream. Month 3, the knowledge phase. Start scouting, not on Zillow for mansions you can't afford, but for entry-level gems. Look for condos or townhomes in up-and-coming zip codes. Talk to a local lender, not a big bank, but a local mortgage broker. Ask about FHA loans or STR loans if you're in a rural area. By the end of month 3, you've shifted your identity. You're no longer a renter. You're a buyer in waiting. You've stopped the bleeding of your finances and started the healing of your credit. The momentum is real now. You can feel it, can't you? Part 4, the finish line, months 4 to 6. We're in the home stretch. This is where most people get scared and quit. Don't let that be you. Month 4, the pre-approval. This is your golden ticket. You take your improved credit score and your saved-up war chest to your lender. They'll give you a letter saying exactly how much house you can buy. This makes you a cash-equivalent buyer in the eyes of a seller. Month 5, the hunt. This is the fun part. You go on tours. You smell the old carpet, which you'll replace, and see the ugly wallpaper, which you'll tear down. Remember Maria? She found a condo that was ugly. It had green counters and stained floors. Everyone else walked away. Maria saw opportunity. She saw $20,000 in instant equity just by adding a coat of paint and some vinyl plank flooring. Month 6, the closing. You make an offer, it gets accepted. You go through inspections and appraisals, and then the day comes. You sit in a quiet office, sign a mountain of paperwork, and someone hands you a heavy, cold metal key. Think about that moment. The feeling of walking into a space that is yours. No one can tell you no pets. No one can tell you no loud music. More importantly, every dollar you pay from now on is building your net worth. Maria's first night in her condo was spent on the floor because she hadn't bought a bed yet. But she told me it was the best sleep she'd had in a decade. Why? Because she was finally home. She wasn't a guest in someone else's investment portfolio anymore. Is it hard? Yes. Does it require sacrifice? Absolutely. But so does renting. Renting is hard. Being broke at 65 because you never bought assets is hard. Choose your hard. I want you to choose the one that leads to a backyard, a garage, and a legacy for your family. 6 months. That's all it takes to change the trajectory of your entire life. Are you ready to ditch your landlord and claim your piece of the American dream? Type "ready" in the comments if you're starting your 6-month clock today. Hit that like button if you're done wasting money, and subscribe to Dishku Investing to build your empire. Let's get you home.